I'm here working on this 54 Crestline that I've been doing for a little while. I'll show you a little picture of it. Well, a little video of it. So, my father-in-law ended up getting this car, and we started to hot rod it up just a little bit, and well, then he wanted to start fixing it up, and so we ended up pulling the transmission, pulling the engine, and then we ended up pulling the body off, of course, because he was wanting to do some stuff. We found some problems with it, but then we ended up sending the frame off to get powder coated, sandblasted, the whole 9 yards. So then I went through and I replaced all the bushings, sway bar links, everything, all the bump stops. I ended up having to fix motor mounts because when they ended up putting an engine in it before, they just slammed it in there. It was in there crooked. Um, the angle of the transmission, the whole 9 yards. It was just way, way out of spec. It was like 20 degrees. So ended up getting all that done. So we put new shocks in the front. Got that all buttoned up, which of course I didn't take any videos of that just because I'm just now getting started into this whole YouTube thing. Well, now we're getting ready to do some disc brakes. Now we're getting ready to do some disc brakes. So I ended up laying out all the parts, which it was funny because when I pulled all this stuff out, there was no instructions. So I thought that was cool. So I tried to get a hold of the company. Of course, these things shipped out of somewhere, I don't know. But then I was scouring the internet and I ended up finding some pictures on Speedway Motors, which these are an 11-inch disc um, disc brake conversion kit for a 54 to 56 Crestline, which it does, I think, 55 and 57 Thunderbird. But if you look on there, there's a lot of things that say no instructions included. So now I'm going to try to figure it out how it all goes together. I did kind of mock it together, but when I was going through everything, um, they sent all of these bolts. All right. Well, there's 3 of one size, 2 of another size, and then 1 half-inch bolt. Well, then when I ended up kind of figuring out how this goes, I think it's this side, goes on this side here, I think. Nope, it's the other way. So goes on there like this. you'll kind of see there is a, see if it focuses here. It's got this little notch in there. So then that way you can run a bolt through here. Well, there's a spacer that goes right here, which we have the spacers, and then that 1/2 inch bolt looks like it goes right here, but it is way too long. So it'll come all the way out to here. So now let's try to get one side together. All right, here we are. So I already went ahead and I put this spacer on because I think it actually kicks um, the rotor, the rotor out. So I think the seal rides on that. But let's go ahead and bolt this thing on. I may end up taking this off and painting it. So I'm kind of just going to mock it together. I don't think I'm going to put the seal on just yet. That way, if I do decide to pull this off to paint it, then we can. I know that I'm going to pull the calipers off and paint them. So, of course, like I said, I've got it all laid out so I can kind of see what I have and what I need. So, all right, let's quit rambling. Let's do it. So from some of the pictures that I seen, it was showing that the nuts go on the inside. So we'll see what it looks like, if I even like that or not. I feel like how far that's out there, I don't know. I'm going to do this real quick. That way I can kind of test the fitment. Looks like it may end up working. Right. So we're just going to leave it mocked together like that. Because like I said, I think I'm going to take this off to paint it. And then, of course, I got to grease the bearings yet. But let's make sure, let's go ahead and set the caliper on there. Figure out, I think I might end up using this. Let's see here. I end up using this right here for the brake line. All right. So I'm sitting here trying to put this in here, which you can't put the clip on there for one. So I was like, well, this is looks like it's the same size hole as up on top of the frame there, right there. Well, now it doesn't want to go in there. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm just going to ream it out just a little bit and go from there. is because if you look right here, they have like a clip here, but I don't know, doesn't make any sense. So I think, or I could take the grinder and round those off just a little bit. No, I think we'll just. Ooh, buddy. Here's my clip. There we go. On there nice. For this video, probably off video, I'll pull this all back apart, paint the stuff, and put it all back together. I may throw that into a video, but There's a lot of work that I got to get done on this thing. So follow along if you want. I got a Ford 9-inch going into the back of this thing. We did away with the original rear end. Like I said, there's a lot that's going on. There's a 350 that's going into this thing. It's mildly built. It's got roller rockers and stuff. I'll show you all that when I get the engine back here. It's over at my other shop. But I ended up building this cross member because when they put it in here to begin with, I mean, like I said, this thing was all lopsided, catawampus in here. I mean, it was ridiculous. So I ended up cleaning up all this area here. And then, like I said, we got a 9-inch rear end that going in this. We ended up getting that from Speedway, but I got to get it put in here. I'm trying to get this thing rolling again. We have brand new rims and tires for it that we're going to put on this. And then I'll get the motor and tranny stabbed back into this thing. That way we can measure for our drive shaft. And then we'll go from there. But yep, follow me. We'll go take a look at the car. Here it is. Like I said, it's a pretty decent car. We're going to be scuffing this thing down, getting some paint done. I don't know if I'm going to do it or not. Like I said, all the interior is taken out of it right now. We got a new steering column and everything going in there. Sorry about that. Oh. Well, like I said, it's not bad. Been sitting on this for probably, I don't know, 8 months or so. Like I said, the car has been on the trailer for, I don't know, 6, 8, 9 months. It's been on there for quite a while. We're going to be taking that off soon. But if you like what you see, let me know if there's something that you want to see, want me to explain. Like I said, we got a lot of work that we got to do on this thing. I'm pretty excited to get this thing all back together. So please like, subscribe, follow, do your magic on there, and follow along. I'll get this thing put together. Thanks. See you in the next one.